So, lined up for the Taylor team sidecar race, 8 laps, 19 kilometres. And these are seen by many spectators and even competitors and officials as the real daredevils of motorcycle racing, the passengers with incredible acrobatics as they get out, right out past the sidecar wheel on the left as we look at Bob Martin's bike number 39. That's a 750 Yamaha 4-cylinder 2-stroke engine. And his passenger is Rob Symons.
Martin's Victoria, the big danger here today. And his major competitor is bike number 6, Peter Baker, the new South Australian champion. His passenger, Rod Fryer. They're riding a Yamaha TZ 750 powered machine. Has a Queensland frame called a Payne frame.
Word is that Greg Pretty is okay. Haven't had word from the officials yet on Steve Trinder, but perhaps with the thought that Pretty's bike looked not to have taken too much of a beating in the fall, he may even be able to be sufficiently fit to take his place at the start of event 10 here at Adelaide International Raceway. Several races time as we're looking now at event 7, and that's the second heat of the third leg of the Swan Insurance Series.
Sidecars warming up their tyres now. Most of them have 13-inch wheels, big wide slicks upon them, 3 tyres of course. Borrowed from Formula 2 motor racing tyres, many of them.
And the engine to beat in sidecar racing is the 750 Yamaha race motor from the TZ 750 solo bikes. That's very popular and it's in most of the bikes. But one of the bikes it's not in is Sam Bass's bike number 22, a local rider who says he's got the fastest of the 4-stroke machines. He's got a 1000cc Suzuki motor taken out to 1200 cc's, but he says there's no way, as he comes up to the start line now in the red outfit number 22, there's no way, he says, that he can catch a flying 2-stroke Yamaha motors. So, a small field, but these chaps with a sidecar passenger tearing around from one side of the machine to the other, performing incredible acrobatics at high speed, and you see there the entries for the event. 8 laps, 19 kilometres, and they're lined up.
Aiming for a lap record of 61.6 seconds, about 4 seconds off the pace of the machines we saw in the last race, the Swan Insurance Series round. Glenn Dix, the starter, now moves to the starting system, which is a system of lights. It goes from red to green. His finger on the button, looks around, and they're gone, they're racing. Beaut start from bike 20, Sydney rider Ray Spence. The field swarms down the end of the straight.
Symons in second place on 39. Up to the end of the straight, and the rider now clambering over the passengers over the rear wheel.
And already it's Martin, Bob Martin, into the lead.
Now out the other side for the passengers, trying to keep that sidecar wheel on the ground, often rubbing shoulders on the bitumen themselves or even rubbing against other outfits if they're close enough. Real display of high-speed daredevil gymnastics this, particularly from the passengers. One of whom is Rick Dowsett. He's a passenger on number 94, and we'll see him later in the day in one of the solo events also. He's quite a successful solo rider.
Martin comes onto the straight now. Beside him, Spence tucks into the slipstream of the bike in front. A very aerodynamic bike is the New South Wales Spence machine. Looks like the air had slipped right over it, but Martin's got his measure as they come to the end of the straight. 4 big brakes on that machine, clawing at the track there as they go into the right-hander. 2 brakes on the front wheel, 1 on the rear wheel, and 1 on the sidecar wheel.
Greg Hansford, have you ever taken the opportunity to get onto the, what they call, rather loosely, the passenger side of a sidecar and ride around, or doesn't it appeal to you?
No, it doesn't. Well, I rode a motocross sidecar one day in the pits at a motocross meeting, and I ended up on my head, so that was the last time I had to go at it.
A very specialised form of sport, and one which only a few people tackle, but those that do love it and often do it for years, and some of them even fill in. They'll go to Speedway on a Saturday night and race it, road racing on the Sunday.
Spence very quick on the banking. Bit of oversteer there as he comes off the banking, searching for traction, and again terribly close to Bob Martin at the beginning of the straight. But look at the gap, Martin opens down the straight. He has got power in that machine. Spence holds closer that time. A good exit from the speed bowl will give you up to 10 kilometres an hour down the main straight. And this time Spence closer as they go into the S's. Hooks it up to 4th gear. Tries for an inside run, a tighter line, can't do it. Jumping over the curbings there, the bike's sidecar wheel lifting off the ground. This time Spence terribly close as they come onto the banking. Goes for an inside running. No, slams the gate on him. And in doing so, Spence drops back because he took a wrong line there and lost a lot of ground in a passing attempt which didn't come off. So Martin through the banking with Spence gathering him in again around that banking. But nowhere near as close as the main straight this time down. Sidecar passenger's toes almost scraping the ground there as he tries to get down out of the airstream to give the bike the most possible aerodynamic advantage. And he hops up, acting as an air brake with his body to slow the bike down, and hauls over the right-hand side of the bike to keep all the weight he possibly can on the rear driving wheel. It's Spence now, perhaps a second, 1.5 seconds behind. He'll have to slingshot onto the banking this time to catch up the ground that he lost in a passing manoeuvre on the previous lap.
Bob Martin with Rob Symons, passenger on 39, doing a great job. Consolidating just a little bit there, and you see the wheel come up on number 20, and the man keeping it down was Laurie Nichols.
But that's slow. He wasn't taking a smooth line there. In doing that, he was in fact slowing himself down. Hangs into the inside of the bowl a long way around. Greg, do you think he is taking the right line there, or is he hugging the inside too much?
Well, if he can keep on the inside and keep the throttle not wide open, but you know, fairly well open, gain speed all the way around that corner, and then once he comes out onto the main straight, he can use all the road, and that will help at the end of the main straight.
Bob Martin in the lead. Behind him, the Sydney rider, Ray Spence. And the English-made Windle frame, renowned as one of the best sidecar frames in the world today. As Martin comes up again onto the banking. The Adelaide circuit saddened today with the loss of Alex Campbell, the great South Australian rider, who was regrettably, tragically killed here at the last meeting in a race late in the day at the end of the main straight. He was one of the stalwarts of motorcycle racing in South Australia, and his loss has been a great one to the enthusiasts over here.
And in fact, still the holder of the lap record for so-called junior sidecars with engines up to 650cc at 63.1, which in fact is about the fastest that the bikes have been circulating in this event, a 63.1 being recorded by 39, Bob Martin and Rob Symons. A long, long way back from this pair to the remainder of the field. They really have pulled away. You can see there are a lot of empty track in the winding back section of Adelaide Raceway track. As again, they come onto the bowl, an area that suits sidecars fairly well, with the outside wheel taking the load, the passenger tucked over behind the rider, and they can really force it down and open the throttle hard, get it sliding, power out using all the power, not all the track as you saw him hold it. There's a tight exit there. 6 laps completed now in this 8-lap race. 6 laps gone as they come out now. Round the back again. The gymnastics of these men is quite fantastic. to use, in fact, the movement of the machine to help them get from side to side, because the G-forces can be so great that they try to move at the wrong time. They'll not only upset the balance of the machine, but they'll find it incredibly hard to get to the other side of the machine.
Behind this nice 12-second gap back to third position, who's Peter Baker, with sidecar passenger Roy Fryer on the 750 Yamaha. They're having a lonely race in third position. They're the South Australian champions, having won 3 of the 4 rounds of the South Australian Championship and crashed in the 4th round. Then behind them, as the leader comes onto the last lap, is bike 69, Dean Clements from South Australia, having a ding-dong battle with another South Australian, Sam Bass. But there's the lead on the last lap. Bike 39, Bob Martin from Victoria.
That's Peter Baker on number 6. Holding third is passenger Roy Fryer. Another one of the 2 strokes. In fact, Bass is the best placed of the 4 strokes in this event, number 22. Round the back of the circuit, first and second placed ride or teams at the moment, coming on the last half lap towards the checkered flag.
One of the speed bowl for the last time. Accelerates up to it. And down into the base of the bowl, hugging that white line down low. Then screws it wide open to the checkered flag. And that's the victory. Bike number 39, Bob Martin, with passengers Rob Symons on the 750cc KTM. Bike 20, Ray Spence, comes up to congratulate him on the Windle. First and second position. And there's bike 6, third place getter.